Hey, does it ever bother you that sometimes salespeople are seen by our buyers with something of a poor mental image? Even worse, have you ever heard customers who think of salespeople as being sleazy?
You sleaze.
Well, today on the 5-Minute Sales Training, we'll talk about how to get that image out of the customer's head from the moment you first see them. Stick around. Hey, welcome everyone to another 5-Minute Sales Training, where today we're going to talk about how to destroy any buyer's image of that sleazy salesperson. Now, to begin, we have to deal with a little bit of reality. Salespeople have not always been seen in the best light. No, really. Now, in some cases, that's because the media, television, the movies, they like to portray salespeople as sleazy.
Hey, Stan, trust me, huh? Happy motoring, Stan!
In other cases, it's because actual salespeople have filled the role of the sleazy person quite well, much to the buyer's distaste. Now, whether the picture in the buyer's mind is based on their experience or simply based on how the media has portrayed salespeople, it's still a battle that we have to face. It's something we have to deal with. The customer believes what the customer believes. It's our responsibility to change their opinion, to change that perception.
Eleanor, help me to persuade him.
So how do we do that? Well, it begins the moment that we make contact with a customer for the very first time. So in today's 5-Minute Sales Training, I want to talk about first impressions. You see, if we get the first impressions right, we will dramatically decrease the chances that the customer will see us in any way as being a sleazy salesperson. So let's begin with our first impressions during asynchronous communication. And by asynchronous, I'm referring to one-sided, as in text messaging or email, or even an introductory video, although we'll get back to that. We're communicating with them, but they are only receiving that communication. Synchronous communication, on the other hand, is when two parties are communicating together, directly and at the same time. So whether it's by text message or email or video messaging or voicemail, the first perceptions that the customer is going to have are going to be critical. I want to suggest that you look back at the last time that you sent a message to a customer for the very first time, whether it was by email, text, video, whatever it was. Was it authentic? Was it original? Was it friendly? Or worse, did it come across as sleazy? Or maybe you simply just did a copy and paste on a message that you'd sent before to any number of prospects.
Because that looks like a form letter to me.
You see, you want to make sure that that first instance of communication is incredibly powerful. Now, if that's a phone call or a video message, this is much easier to do. You can convey things in your vocal tone and your facial posture that are much more difficult to convey in a text message or in an email. And for that reason, if you want to overcome the issue of being perceived as a sleazy salesperson, I highly recommend that the first communication be either face-to-face or voice-to-voice. But in any case, texting and email might be the lowest on the effectiveness chain at this part of the conversation. Now, if you are communicating through text or email, make sure that there's a service promise right away. Something that communicates, my job here is to help you accomplish your goals. Now put that in your own language, but offer an assurance that you are here for them. Now, when you're going to meet for the first time face-to-face, you can overcome the image of that sleazy salesperson more than anything else through the use of strong facial posture.
I'm a friendly face.
There is a lift to the face. Lifted face, unlifted face. See, normally when we think about posture, we think about body language. But body language itself is a misnomer. Most body language takes place from the neck up. So when I'm talking about facial posture, I'm talking about that lift to the face. It's the posture that shows I'm attentive, I'm fully present. We all know instantly whether someone is really present or whether they are otherwise distracted. We know if somebody is genuinely interested in us or whether they're only there to accomplish their own goals. So the first step in overcoming that concern about being a sleazy salesperson is to make sure that your positive energy is palpable and your attention is undivided. Now, having started strong with good facial posture, next the service promise comes back into play. When we're talking to the customer for the first time, whether that's on the phone or through a video message or face-to-face, the service promise will go a long way towards alleviating concerns that you might be another sleazy salesperson. Now, what does that service promise sound like? It's going to be different for everybody, so make it authentic for you. I might say something like, I know you have a lot of choices for where you want to look for a new home, but my job here is to help you wherever you decide. I'm not going to pressure you, I'm not going to push you, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to help you in any way that I can. Now, isn't that nice? I recommend that you spend a couple of moments with a blank piece of paper writing out your ideal service promise and then determine how you can insert that in the first minute or two of that sales conversation. The sooner in the process that we rid ourselves of the image of that sleazy salesperson, the more authentic and beneficial the relationship will be for us and, more importantly, for them. And thanks for watching today's 5-minute sales training. Until next time, learn more to earn more.